Hello, my dear students. How are you all? I hope you all are doing really very well. In our today's class, we are going to start our chapter number 9. Okay, and the name of this chapter is The Happy Prince. In this chapter, my dear student, you are going to study about a prince who is considered as a happy prince, but in reality, he is not happy. Okay, he was very sad prince. Okay, so in this chapter, you are going to explore the story of Happy Prince. Okay, now come with me and let's explore the chapter. True happiness and beauty lie not in material possessions or personal comfort, but in acts of kindness and compassion towards others. Okay, my dear student, what is the meaning of true happiness? Okay, how you are going to define true happiness? The true happiness and beauty of human life. Okay, the true happiness and beauty of human life lies in their heart, lies in their nature, not the luxurious things or the materials they possesses in their life. Okay, see, if you possess so much luxurious items in your life, it is it didn't make you a happy person. Okay, but on the other hand, if you don't possess such kind of luxurious things, okay, you are not possessing those luxurious things. Okay, and and you are behaving like a very kind manner. Okay, so in reality you are true happy person. Okay, not that person who contains so much luxurious things. Okay, so this is the difference between true happiness and fake happiness. Okay, moreover, wealth and beauty are not meaningful if they are not used to alleviate the sufferings of other. Okay, my dear student, let's see. If somebody have wealth, now what is the meaning of wealth? Wealth means money. Okay, wealth means money, because money makes you a wealthy person. Okay, so if somebody have wealth and beauty, it doesn't make them that they are elevate the sufferings of others. Okay, if somebody have so many wealth, so much beautiful body, beautiful face, it means they are not able to compensate. Okay, they are not able to end the sufferings, the miseries of other person's life. Okay, they are not able to end it. Okay, the Happy Prince by Oscar Wilde teaches the importance of compassion, selfless, and empathy towards others, especially those who are suffering and in need. So, my dear student, if a person having so much wealth, have a very beautiful face, okay, he or she is not able to end the misery of another person, okay, or the unhappiness of other person, yes, it is absolutely right. And this chapter, okay, this chapter, The Happy Prince, is written by Oscar Wilde. This is the true example. Okay, this is the true example showing what is the importance of compassion, what is the importance of selflessness in our own life. Okay, now read and understand. High above the city, on a tall column, stood the magnificent statue of the Happy Prince. Okay, so once upon a time, in a city area, there in the city area at the center, okay, a very high statue was constructed, and the name of that high statue is Happy Prince. Gilded with thin lips of fine gold, adorned with sapphire eyes and a ruby on his sword hilt, he was a sight to behold. Okay, so here you can see this is the statue of Happy Prince. Okay, so in this statue, leaves, very small leaves, are adorned this statue, adoring this statue. They are made with gold. Okay, they are made up with real gold. Okay, and they are adorned with sapphire. Now what is the meaning of sapphire? Sapphire is a very costly diamond like crystals. Okay, so those two crystals, those two sapphire crystals are used for adoring the two eyes of Happy Prince. Okay, and the Happy Prince is carrying a golden sword on his hand. See, the moreover means the inner whole, the statue is looking very good. Okay, the people of the city admired his beauty, but saw him merely as an ornament, unaware of the heartwarming story hidden within. My dear students, see, the people who used to live in the city, they are admiring this. Oh my God, so much, such a beautiful statue containing so much gold, containing so much diamonds, rubies, and sapphires, etc. and etc. But they failed to recognize the inner turmoil. Okay, they are failed. Okay, they are failed to recognize the inner turmoil within the Happy Prince. One chilly winter night, a compassionate swallow passing through the city decided to take refuge with the Happy Prince. Okay, so time passes, and here comes winter season. So one chilly winter night, a bird, okay, a bird named as swallow, okay, a bird swallow, she is passing through that area, okay, but it is chilly winter night, okay. So to save herself, he took in the shelter, she took the shelter beneath the statue of Happy Prince. While his friends had already flown away to Egypt, the swallow had stayed behind, captivated by the most beautiful reed he had ever seen. He was in love. Okay. Although this is sparrow, okay, although this is sparrow, not sparrow, sorry for my words, although this bird is flying in a group, okay, except her, okay, except her, all of her friends flew to Egypt. Hmm. The swallow heart, however, could not bear the loneliness of the prince. Curiosity got the better of him and he asked why the prince was crying. See, she is a bird. Immediately she recognized that the statue, maybe this statue emerged as a happy prince, but okay, within his body, he is not very happy. Okay, within his body, he is not very happy. When I was alive and I had a human heart, the statue replied, I lived in the palace of Sans Souci, where sorrow is not allowed to enter. Okay. So when this bird recognized the inner turmoil of Happy Prince, she immediately asked, my prince, why you are so much sad? Okay. So while answering this question, he started saying, he means Happy Prince started saying that when he was alive, okay, when he was alive and having a human heart, not a golden heart, okay, when he was alive and had a human heart, the statue, I lived in a palace, okay, so when I am alive and having a human heart means I'm just being a normal person, okay. I live in a palace, okay. I live in a palace. I live in my palace named as Sans Souci, okay, where sorrows are not allowed to enter, where only happiness is spread throughout the everywhere. But now, from my high vantage point, I see all the ugliness and misery of my city, and though my heart is made of lead, I cannot choose but weep. But now, after my death, I'm standing here. Okay, I'm standing tall within the center of the city. So from here, I can see each and every misery is spread in my city. But I can't cry. Okay, because I don't have human heart. I have a heart which is made up of lead. Okay. The swallow was deeply moved by the prince's compassion. Okay, so after listening the story of Happy Prince, the swallow bird was left shocked. How can I help? He asked. So immediately he asked, can you please tell me in what way I can help you? The prince told the swallow about a poor woman in a small house with a sick child. Okay, now the prince started saying, swallow, that from here I can see that in a small hut, a small child lives with his mother. He requested the swallow to pluck a jewel from his sword to hilt to give her. So immediately Happy Prince requested that, my dear little bird, just pluck the jewel which is adorning my sword. Just take this jewelry piece, okay? Just take this piece of jewelry and help that child. The swallow hesitated but finally agreed to help. First of all, at first, swallow hesitated. Okay, she don't want to help. Okay, because she is hesitating. But later on, she agreed. With the precious jewel, the grateful woman purchased medicine and food for her son, and he slowly began to recover. Okay, and when that poor woman, received that precious jewelry, but after selling that precious jewelry, she is able to buy the medicine and food for her son. Okay, and after a few months, their conditions began to improve. Next, the prince saw a struggling young playwright in a cold garret, trying to finish her play for the theater director. Okay, so after helping this poor woman, next, Happy Prince saw that a young playwright is struggling at the top of the mountain. Okay, he lives at the top. He lives in a house which is situated at the top of the mountain, and it is a chilly winter night. Okay, he was struggling. He was struggling. He was very hungry. Okay, he was very hungry. He asked the seller to take his other eye, a sapphire, to the playwright to sell for money and warmth. The swallow was hesitant but ultimately compelled. Okay, so immediately Happy Prince requested that little bird, take another piece of sapphire from my eye and give that sapphire piece of jewelry to that young playwright because he is struggling very much. At first, Swallowbird hesitated, but later on, she agreed. The playwright was overjoyed with the unexpected gift, believing it to be from an admirer. With the money, he bought food and firewood and was able to finish his play. Okay, so when that young playwright got a piece of sapphire, his eyes was delighted. Okay, his eyes was sparkling with delightment. Okay, immediately he thought, okay, maybe God helped me. Okay, he was very happy, and with the help, okay, and after selling that sapphire, and after getting that money, he bought food and firewood for himself. As winters intensified, the swallow and the happy prince continued their acts of kindness. As on winter season is passing on, happy prince with the help of swallow bird, they are helping other poor person and needy persons. The swallow shared tales of his travel with the prince, and the prince offered his fine gold to the poor. Okay, so within in this, the bond of friendship between happy prince and swallow bird remain strong. Okay, they both of them are sharing their life story with them. Okay, the city's children played happily and were fed, all thanks to their benevolent actions. Okay, so all the children, okay, so all the children who used to live in the city, they all are very happy. Okay, because kind of actness, the kind of because the act of kindness done by the happy prince. One night, the swallow knew it was time to leave for Egypt. The prince pleaded for him to stay, but the swallow couldn't bear the freezing weather any longer. So one night, okay, when one night the bird swallow know that now it is time to take a leave. Okay, now she must go to Egypt to join his friends and family. Okay, but Happy Prince didn't want to let her go. Okay, Happy Prince pleaded that please don't go. I need you because I just want to help. I just want to help all the remaining poor in my city. However, as he prepared to leave, he saw the prince's leaden heart break in the cold. The little bird was touched by the prince's love and decided to stay with him forever. Okay, but Swallow Bird was determined that no, I'm just going to leave you, and I want to join my friends and family who are waiting for me in Egypt. Okay, so when Swallow Bird started his preparation to leave the Happy Prince, immediately she saw that the lead heart of Happy Prince broken. Okay, and this act, okay, and this incident touched the heart of Swallow so much that she immediately decided, okay, no, I'm not going to Egypt, I will stay with you forever. The prince was delighted, and they spent days together, making the city a better place for its downtrodden citizens. The prince was very happy with the act of Swallow, that she is not going to leave her. Okay, and they spent the rest of the days together. However, as the spring approached, the swallow knew he had to depart to Egypt as his friends were waiting. So after winter season, spring season came. Okay, and now Swallowbird decided that she must leave now to join his friends and family in Egypt. He said his tearful goodbye to the prince, promising to return. But the happy prince knew that he could never leave his pedestal. Okay, so having a tearful eyes, she bidded goodbye to Happy Prince. But Happy Prince knew that she is not going to come back. His heart was made of lead and his feet were firmly fixed to the column. She could only watch as the swallow flew away, leaving him alone. Okay, now Happy Prince is watching that swallow bird flee away, leaving him alone forever. The swallow flew over distant land, enjoying the beauty of nature and the warmth of the sun. Okay, now swallow bird is enjoying her journey. Okay, she's enjoying the rays of the sun. She's enjoying the raindrops on his face. Okay, he visited the pyramids of Egypt and marveled at the wonders of the world. Okay, first of all, he visited the Egypt pyramid. Okay, and the pyramids of Egypt are one of the wonders of the world. And apart from pyramids of the Egypt, she visited all the seven wonders of the world. But as summer approached, he remembered his promise to Happy Prince. He decided to return to the city to stay with him once again. Okay, so after spring season, when summer season approached, she immediately remembered his promise, that he made a promise to Happy Prince that he has to stay with him for one more time. Yet when he arrived, he found the happy prince completely covered in snow. So when she come back, she immediately saw that the statue of the happy prince is completely covered in the snow. The citizens had deemed him no longer beautiful or useful, and they decided to pull down the statue. Okay, now the citizens, of the city area, now the citizens who used to live in the city, because this city belonged to the happy prince. Okay, now all the citizens decided that this statue is no longer for their use. Now they decided to remove this statue. In the face of the happy prince's faded appearance, the mayor suggested a statue of himself to replace it, and the town councillors readily agreed. Okay, now when they remove the statue of happy prince, what new statue they are going to construct there? So the mayor of the city and the other two councillors decided that another statue will be going to be constructed very soon at the place. They quarreled over the new statue, each insisting on their own greatest. Now here question comes: whose statue is going to be constructed on the place of the statue of happy prince? Two councillors statue, or the mayor of the statue, or the mayor of the city statue? Now both of them, okay, now three of them have started fighting that no, my statue is going to be constructed, no, my statue is going to be constructed. Here you can see. Meanwhile, the swallow watched as the happy prince's broken lead heart refused to melt in the furnace. Okay, and at some distance, the swallow bird was standing. He was completely watching what kind of drama is unfolding in front of his eyes. Okay, and he immediately recognized as a broken piece of lead heart which belonged to happy prince. The heart was discarded along with a dead swallow on a dust heap. Okay, now the heart was broke. Now the heart which is available in the broken pieces, he was left at a place. But God had seen everything. He praised the swallow's selflessness and chose to honor the bird in paradise. The happy prince was also to stay in the city of gold, praising God for eternity. Okay, and after looking all this drama which is unfolding in front of his eye, his heart, means swallow's heart, also broken, and immediately he died. Okay, and after his death, he joined happy prince in heaven. Okay, and God, okay, our Almighty God rewarded this swallow bird. Okay, rewarded this swallow bird as a bird in the paradise title for his selfless kind of act. Okay, for his innocence, for his kindness. Okay, and even happy prince also started staying swallow bird in the heaven. And so the swallow and the happy prince found eternal happiness in their compassion and love for others, leaving a profound impact on the hearts of those who heard their tale. And as on, the swallow bird and the happy prince tale remained as one of the most famous tale among the citizens of the kingdom. The city, once devoid of empathy, became a place of warmth and kindness, all because of the selfless actions of a little bird and the happy prince. Okay, so the city which is the city which is once upon a time lack of emotions, now it is full of emotion, and all credit goes to bird swallow and happy prince. Their story remains etched in the heart of the people, a reminder that true beauty lies not in material wealth but in the love and care we show for others. Okay, so my dear student, this story tells us that the real love lies in our heart, not the material things which we possess in our life. Okay, okay, so this is all about in this chapter. Now come with me and let's see the word meanings which we have discussed in this chapter. Gilded means, what is the meaning of gilded? Covered or highlighted with a thin layer of gold. Gilded means any layer which is covered with covered with gold or which is made up of gold. Sapphires, precious gemstone of various colors, typically blue, pink or yellow. Sapphire means precious gemstone, precious piece of jewelry, and they are available in so many colors. Specifically, they are available in blue, pink and yellow color. Benevolent, now what is the meaning of benevolent? Showing kindness and goodwill whenever you are showing your positive side. Migration, seasonal movement of animals or birds from one region to another. Migration means seasonal birds. Okay, seasonal birds migrate from one place to another place when the season changes. Garret, now what is the meaning of garret? A small, often cramped attic room, especially one under the roof of the house. Garret means a small room, okay, having in a house. Vantage, a position or place affording a good view of something. Vantage means a place from where you can see a very good scenic view in front of your own eye. Proclamation, an official public announcement or declaration. Proclamation means an official announcement. Okay, Downtrodden means oppressed or treated unfairly by those in power. Downtrodden means whenever you feel that the person who is sitting at the higher authority, they are suppressing you. Empathy means the ability to understand and share the feelings of another person. Empathy means whenever you are able to understand the other feelings. Benevolence, an act of kindness or goodwill. Benevolence means whenever you are showing your goodwill, or whenever you are showing your kindness work to other person. Profound means very great, that you feel very strongly. Profound means whenever you are feeling a very strong feeling. Pedestal, to become or to make something stronger. Pedestal means whenever you are making something very stronger. Intensified, the base on which a statue stands. Intensified means a area where any statue is constructed. Okay. Okay, my dear students, so this is all in this chapter. Okay, in this way we have completed our chapter number 9. Okay, now what you have to do, just go thoroughly through this chapter and complete all the exercise based on this chapter. Now I'm taking leave and going to meet with you all in our next class with a new chapter. Till then, my dear students, you have to take very good care of yourself. Bye.